Time for a palette pyramid. This is going to be on Barley, a color we recently reviewed on our channel. You can check it out in the cards up top or in the description down below. Essentially, it's a Benjamin Moore paint color, very yellow leaning, a bit buttery in a way. So I wanted to put together a color palette that really showcases it wonderfully as a finishing color. For those of you that need a reminder, we got the palette pyramid with main colors up top, your support secondary colors in the middle, and then your finishing accent colors down below. And that's exactly where I'm plopping Barley right away. Today's sponsor is us. ThePaintPeople.com is your go-to destination for quality paint and paint supplies. We're more than just a paint store. We are your partner in bringing color to life. Visit our website today and discover a world of colors, quality, and convenience. And as a thank you for supporting us on YouTube, use coupon code JAMES5 for 5% off your order. This is going to be your first accent color choice in the palette just because of how saturated it is and how strong of a color yellow tends to be in interior paint projects and exterior for that matter. Has a 67 LRV, so fairly light, reflects a decent amount of light back into the space, but it's that yellow light that will be very noticeable. So I would maybe use this color in little pockets here and there. Not going to be a choice that I would consider painting my whole house with. It's just going to be very intense at times, but still has that buttery quality that I do enjoy. A great choice in those special rooms that you want to have accentuated, or even pieces of furniture, or even other things in the room that this color can be represented by. The second finishing color in this palette is going to be way more neutral. It's called Brandon Beige, and this is going to be a greeny taupe. So a combination of green, brown, and maybe a little bit of gray. It is well within the neutral family of colors, but it's not your typical grayish, gray beige. That green really does make it a little more interesting. It is definitely more of an undertone rather than the theme of the color. It's called Brandon Beige after all, not Grandin Green. Especially compared to Barley, this is a color that has a lot more depth, a 37-ish LRV, which means it's only reflecting 37% of the light that hits it. If you're new here, the lower that number is, the darker it'll feel, and the higher it is, the closer to 100, the brighter it'll feel. In that kind of bottom third of colors darkness-wise. So just keep that in mind. Make sure the space you use it in does have a decent amount of lighting. Otherwise, you'll really lean into that dark aesthetic, which could work, but I find this color to be better in those well-lit spaces. The third finishing color is quite similar to Brandon Beige, except you're stripping away all of that browny taupiness, and you're just left with that beautiful, clean green. It's called Weekend Getaway. Similar level of depth here, around a 38 light reflectance value, but you can definitely notice a lot more green happening here. So this is going to be a color that will pop just a little bit more than Brandon Beige. I wouldn't like to overuse this color. This is going to be one of those interesting show colors that you can put in probably the first floor of your home if you wanted to, the second floor. It can be in those open areas, and I think it has a little more flexibility than Barley because it doesn't have that vibrancy that can sometimes spook people when it comes to those yellow-based colors. Weekend Getaway just feels right at home to me. I'm a huge green fan, so obviously I had to throw one in. Moving on up to our secondary colors, we have Cloud White as our off-white choice. So this is great if you wanted a white for your trim, your doors, your ceilings even. Cloud White just has a lovely soft elegance to it, just a touch of warmth, but not a pure yellow warmth like some other colors. It almost feels a little bit creamy, has a touch of this sort of grayish dash to give it a softness that I think is awesome for its versatility. And I think it's just a great choice overall, even if you wanted to use it on the walls in some part of your home. I think it would work really, really well. An even better wall choice would be the second support color. It's called Nature's Essentials. And if you've noticed, the colors we've been talking about are very nature inspired. You have Barley, which has obviously the color of barley, but it could represent the sun, and then you have nature and earth and trees with Weekend Getaway and Brandon Beige. So this color just sort of has a little bit of those qualities, but more so in its undertones. A 65-ish LRV, so perfect choice for walls in the secondary parts of your home. You could use this as a main color if you really wanted to, if you loved that little bit of a greenish type of vibe. A combination of green, beige, and gray, just lovely color. It's wonderful because it's very transitional in nature. It suits warm colors and it suits cool colors. Barley and Weekend Getaway. It doesn't get much warmer than Barley, to be honest. So we have the main color coming up, which is going to be the color that ties it all together. If you want one of these custom color palettes done by me, we do offer it as a service. If you check the description down below, just give me an email. You can either pick a 3, 6, or 11 color palette from me to you based on photos that you send me or any preferences that you might have color and design wise. They're a lot of fun to do, and I even give you a little video message to sort of explain the whole palette. So link in the description if that would interest you. For everyone else, let's talk about this main color. So this is the choice at the top of the pyramid that really ties everything together. It becomes your default color choice in the palette. So probably the one that will work in all situations. It may not be ideal or optimal in every single room, but it should work. It's called Winter Wheat. Now, this color has a lot of similarities to Nature's Essentials, but it really takes away that green aspect of it. It's more of a beige that comes with a slight peach undertone. And that's what really differentiates it from the entire palette. It makes it feel unique, vibrant, and fresh, and has a 74 LRV, which is quite bright, quite airy. So I think really leaning into that lightness works wonders in this palette. Speaking of which, here's the palette all together. Let me know what you think of this pyramid, and we have another video right over here.